In Revelation 12, is this the Father or Jesus speaking? Some translations have the words here in red to hint that it's Jesus. So
Jesus speaking, I think, there. And in the earliest chapter of Revelation, as you know, not in the King James Version, there's an extra one thrown in there. I wouldn't accept that one. But in the first chapter of Revelation, Jesus claims to be the first and the last, does he not? So it's nothing wrong with Jesus being the ultimate in the class in which he belongs, which is unique Son of God. But let me tell you this. In chapter 1 of Revelation, the beginning and the end died. God cannot die. So that absolutely rules out meaning that God died. That's just impossible. It isn't quite clear. It wouldn't matter ultimately whether God is the A and the O there or Jesus, but my sense is that Jesus is probably the referent. Wouldn't matter. There's an ambiguity. It's not going to make the slightest difference to anything, because if Jesus is the Alpha and Omega who died, he cannot be God. That should be clear.
Jesus shares titles with God the Father. He shares imagery with God the Father.
Absolutely.
One of the ones that I've been looking at, the so-called cloud rider. So when Jesus is said to come on the clouds, which is what Revelation 1 says, by the way, and that's an allusion, a reference to, as we know, Daniel 7. Many say, well, look, Yahweh in the Old Testament is said to come on the clouds. So there you go. It's the same image. They must somehow be the same God. Coming on the clouds in the Old Testament is a prophetic language, simply meaning judgment is coming on people. And the Son of Man obviously is the executioner that God will send.
Certainly the Almighty. The Almighty, let me tell you, the Pantocrator is never Jesus, always the Father, just like Adoni, the second Lord in Psalm 110:1, is never, ever deity.
And that's the oon, ego eimi oon.
Yes.
That's an allusion to the Tetragrammaton, the divine name, which is never Jesus.
That's right. So the classic statement that we hear so often, when Jesus said, I am he means I'm God. That is absolutely false, and obviously and easily proven to be false, because in the Greek of Exodus, what God there said is, I am the self-existing one. Ego eimi oon. I'm giving you the modern Greek pronunciation, which you use at Atlanta Bible College. Jesus never ever said ego eimi oon. What he did say was, I'm the Messiah, because in the first occurrence of that famous I am he statement, Jesus is talking to a Samaritan lady, and she says to him in John 4, the first occurrence of the I am he, she said to him, we know Messiah is coming. And he looks the lady in the eye and says, ego eimi. It's me. I'm the Messiah. That's what I am he means in John. That's what John tells you that John meant by I am he, not I'm God, because that's not at all what Exodus 3:14 says. These are very easy things. Just use your concordances, use the vast resources we have now on the internet.